The reason why men cheat is because the pussy outside the relationship is much easier to get than the pussy inside the relationship. Remember that statement? Because I'm going to use it a little later.
Battle of the sexes.
Oh yeah, welcome back to Battle of the Sexes, Battle of the Sexes.
Welcome to Break Time on Westside, your number one break time podcast show, coming to you from Nairobi, Kenya. Battle of the Sexes episode 16 is here with us, and the man on the mic is Denver B, coming to you from Nairobi, Kenya. Now, a lot of people usually like to come through and discuss cheating a lot, but of late, you hear a lot of people talking about men always cheat, men will always cheat. So I figured I might as well just discuss that, because I think the men need to be redeemed here. Because there are a bunch of things that I usually hear that are quite literally bullshit. Like when someone starts saying that men cheat because it's in their nature to cheat. It's not in their nature to be faithful and to stick to one woman. They want to do with a lot of people. Now, if that was true, in all honesty, then it's also in women's nature to cheat. Because it's not like women don't play around with, other niggas while they're in a relationship. Hell, there's always this meme that comes around and they're like, oh, we're doing this, but make sure my boyfriend never hears about this. Or they'll say, it's only just because it's you, blah, blah, blah. But if my boyfriend finds out, blah, blah, blah. Like, shorties also cheat too. So I feel to some extent men need to get cut some slack on the whole cheating vibe. It's just I think men have been known to for longer. Probably because women know how to hide that shit. Now, I'm going to be straight up and honest. I feel as though for a lot of guys nowadays, it's not that they cheat because they want to. Like, I think for some good men out there, they don't cheat because they necessarily chose to immediately, but it takes a while. Like, there's sort of like stages to that shit. Because I have spoken to one or two niggas who cheated, and I've also read a bunch of different reports, a bunch of different stories that people have about when, like a man cheated or when they cheated. And you kind of get to understand that there's sort of like a pattern to some guys. Obviously, there's the guy that'll always want to sleep with every Sheila, Brenda, Maureen, or I don't know, Maria. So I usually think of it as like a DEFCON 1, 2, and 3. So like whenever you find that you're in a relationship with a nigga, for some reason, women are their own worst enemy. Because it's not like the relationship is going to be disrupted, because it's not like your relationship isn't going to be disrupted by women. It is. Because as a man, when you get into a relationship, you're automatically more attractive to women. When you get married, you are more attractive to women. It's been said by some people here and there that if you just go and you wear a ring on like your, like wedding ring finger and everything, and you go to a bar, you go to a social place, and you play around with it a little bit and you start talking to women, they will be more attracted to you overall. And that's what it is. Like, I'm not even saying that this is a lie. Go and ask other women. They're obviously more attracted to guys in relationships. And this is stuff that I even experienced. In a relationship, like women all of a sudden are coming through like, ooh, Denver, it's been a minute. We haven't seen you in a while. Ooh, you look like you've been hitting the gym. Even though I quit that shit for like, I don't know how long. Oh, it's been a while, blah, blah, blah. And the minute you get out of the relationship, it's like they all disappear. You're like left in some sort of virtual desert where you can't find women. You're hitting up a shorty's DMs and she's like, no, I'm busy. The fuck? Like, is it that women get this whole vibe? Is it like a certain frequency that relationships are on? So if they get that frequency bouncing off of you, they want you more? But anyways, let me go straight into how a lot of these guys cheat. Because I'm not lying, there are times when cheating is almost a matter of circumstance. Keyword being almost. So you find out that like this guy's in a relationship, really loves his shorty, and they've been doing it for a while. Probably a month or two, maybe even a couple of months. But over time, because people usually say this, the love kind of starts to dry out. Like the infatuation feeling, like that very nice affectionate feeling that you have kind of starts to die out. Shorty gets busy with work and shit, guy is busy with work and shit. They end up not getting as much cuddle time together. And while that's happening, there's some shorty, or there's some shorties, probably one or two, maybe even three, but usually there's that one that is really, really pushing issues. They're hollering at your man, they're like, you know what, let's go for lunch together at work. Or they hit them up, they talk to them quite a bit. And, at some point, Mandem starts noticing that, this babe is kind of making moves on me, but she's trying to be like all black ops with it. So she's trying to make sure no one knows shit. And while that's happening, like, this guy is obviously on that no vibe. He's like, no, I'm good. I wouldn't even go for lunch. I'm not feeling A, B, C, D. But now he starts going home, and if he wants to get some, shorty is like, nah, I'm tired, or nah, I'm not feeling it, or nah, I'm having my periods. And Mandem is just over there. He wants to get some love, and he ain't getting that shit, because shorty is tired, or the wife's tired, or, they don't want to bother with you because, they feel like you might be nagging them or some shit. Kind of just hold back. That's like DEFCON 1 just handled right there. That is like when the initial stage comes through. Like when this man's first defense just gets knocked down. Because his woman ain't helping him with the whole idea of, I have a woman that I care about. I have a woman that I love. I have a woman that I'd lay my life down for. And she's willing to do anything for me. Bro, the whole she's willing to do anything for me just went down the drain. She's not willing to let you have some because she's tired or she's feeling moody. So as a nigga, you're like, you know what, it's fine. Then now we're on DEFCON 2 level now. So this other shorty, she continues making moves. She's still hollering at this guy, but this guy might probably even get like tricked into thinking that, you know what, she's just being friendly. And probably he's overthinking shit. So now he goes in and he's like, all right, fine. Let's do a coffee date here and there. Let's do lunch together. She seems like a pretty nice person to chat with. It's not like it's a bad thing. And he still goes home to this same girlfriend, same wife, same shorty, same old lady that, he says he loves and he wants to be with for, as long as possible. And as he's busy doing that, the shorty's still pulling the same things. I'm tired. I'm not feeling it. So, if this guy probably wanted to smash, 2-3 times a week, he'll probably get it like 1 time a week or no time. Because babe is tired. Babe doesn't care about you. And it's even worse in like a marriage where there's like kids involved. Because it's like now, the minute there's kids, as a nigga, you automatically lose relevance. And you pretty much take the bottom of the priority table. Because now your wife, your woman is, hell, your baby mama is pretty much paying all her attention to the kids. So it's her and the kids that are like the priority. You're just there. You're a katul that usually sleeps like right next to her and shit. And now there's still someone outside the house, outside the boundaries of your relationship that is trying to get in, trying to give you some, And this time, like, she's wearing that tight ass skirt, she's wearing some tight pants, probably y'all go to the gym together and she has them yoga pants on and she's like, you know what, I'm gonna go stretch over there, and she stretches right in front of you, she does squats in front of you, she's pulling every single trick in the book just to get you to pay attention to her and to give her a chance. And at that time you're like, nah, I probably shouldn't, but the situation at home isn't making shit easier. It's not making anything easier for you at all, because your shorty isn't giving you that much attention. Your wife is paying attention to the kids. The person that you said you want to be with for as long as possible isn't showing that same type of love and affection that they used to. Hell, obviously, like after, honeymoon period, stuff kind of dies down a bit. It doesn't mean that it has to die down completely, but it seems like it's almost dying down completely. So this guy is at this point where he's like, nah, I probably shouldn't. But now the worst part about it is after DEFCON 2 is Breezy just crumbling down. After that firewall just coming down, this nigga's a little shaky. He's a little shaky. He's like, I actually just might. Because, this baby's hitting on me. And she's fine. She's making moves. She been touching me a certain type of way. Like, she noticed I had the dick print the other day and she kind of touched it. Like, this babe kind of grinds on me, like, as she's passing through, and like the space seems a bit small. She's always getting in my space and shit. So, at this level where, as a dude, you're like, I know I have a wife, I know I have a shorty, but this babe is on me mad. And the problem is, I'm actually thinking of letting her get some. Because she wants the D and she wants it hard. No pun intended. So as a dude, you're like, let me give this one a bit more of a chance. And shit is shaky. Like, let me give my marriage a chance. Shit is shaky, but let me give my marriage the opportunity to kind of continue to thrive, and let me not fall for this temptation. And you're trying so damn hard. But now, because you had started getting shaky, now you start letting this babe come through a little bit more. You allow her to get into your space a little bit more. You decide to have more private lunches together. Like, let's say like there's a work trip. I'm pretty much using the, office colleague worker cheating story, but like this one can apply everywhere. Hell, you can even use it in the house. Like the house help. For a lot of these husbands, because I don't know about most places, but in Kenya, there have been a lot of cheating scandals that have involved, the house manager, the house help, the housemaid. And it usually comes up and it looks like, they are at a position of convenience because they are in the house. But I tend to think that that's just a small piece of it. It's the fact that they actually pay attention to the nigger. They pay attention to your mans. They pay attention to your husband. So what the hell do you think is going to happen when she's giving more love than you are as a lady? And then, she, tries to sleep with them. Like, niggas gonna let shit go. Hell, even women, if the tables were turned, I think y'all would let shit slide. The only thing is y'all would know how to be super silent about that shit. Us niggas don't know that well. So anyways, where was I? Let me continue with the office one, because the office one sounds a little more relatable, especially for people who are dating. So you start letting her get even closer. And then eventually, like, let's say the first makeout happens. Bro, I am not going to lie to you. That first makeup happens and it knocks a nigga off. And he's like, I probably shouldn't do this shit, but this shit felt good. This shit felt good as hell. And just like that, like that's DEFCON 3 pretty much taken care of. Walls is down. This guy is about to lose everything. Because if the makeout happened, then all that needs to happen is another private session and another makeout. The minute that second makeout comes through, shorty's gonna put hands on this guy, clothes is gonna start coming off. And if they even have the chance to, they gonna start smashing. And just like that, cheating already happened. But for those of you that always like to think about emotional cheating, there was that DEFCON 2 moment where things were shaky. And the guy started thinking about, like, what if I actually let this shit happen? Then when DEFCON 3 was pretty much on high alert, that was when this guy was busy trying to reach out to his shorty, busy trying to reach out to his wife to, give him some attention. Like stuff doesn't seem like it's been going that well in our relationship. Like, I'm tired and shit. And as all of that's happening, this guy is actually thinking about, like, what if I actually let this shit happen? And he started thinking about this babe, and he actually started thinking about letting stuff happen. So emotional cheating kind of started the minute DEFCON 2 kind of went down. So, like, now DEFCON 3 has come and passed. This guy is already banging the hell out of this woman. The first time, it's bad. No guy wants to go through it. Like, they'll go through it, they'll love it, it'll be so good, but they'll never want to do it again. Because they'll be like, oh goodness, I just cheated. I just screwed the fuck up. But now the second time comes through, and I'm not lying. Like, there are times when a guy is trying to get some from his wife, from his shorty, and the shorty just isn't letting him get any for like a couple of days. So that second time is bound to come through. So he hits up this baby, he's like, what are you up to? She's like, nah, nothing. Just watching a series, or I'm doing nothing this evening. What are you thinking? They decide to go do some shit. Or probably even during lunchtime, they just go for a quick hotel room session, go do their shit. Probably takes like an hour. And then they leave, they pay their bill, they dash out. That lunchtime snack. So at that point, this guy, like after the second time, trust me, if a nigga cheats on his shorty, if a nigga sleeps with another babe other than his woman, the second time, trust me, that shit is going to continue happening for a while, and it's going to be so hard for them to actually stop. Because the minute it happens for the second time, it's like, now it's okay, it's allowed, we can continue doing this shit. It's already happened 2 times. If it was a one-time thing, there was a good chance that this guy could have let it slide, but it's going to continue. And now, you look at it from a guy's perspective, he didn't want to cheat. It's just that the events pushed him to a corner and shit started happening. And at the same time, shorties want a nigga who is in a relationship. Then at the end of it, after you find out that your man's is cheating, you want to leave him, you get pissed off at him. And yet this guy was trying to say like, yo, I really didn't want to, but you just left me no choice. You gonna come up and you're like, no, how could I leave you no choice? I've always been here. You could have talked about it. When did you listen? Like hell, I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm not justifying cheating. But back to the point that I made just before the intro rolled in. Niggas will cheat because the pussy outside the relationship is a lot easier to get than inside the relationship. Now, should men cheat? No, they shouldn't. At no point whatsoever should niggas cheat. For any reason whatsoever. Niggas should never cheat. If you're a swinger couple, if you're in an open relationship, also you should never cheat. You should also never cheat. And I will be straight with you. Like, this doesn't mean that I condone cheating, but at the same time, I have to be straight with the ladies. So y'all know, sometimes these niggas don't cheat because they just saw a pretty lady with a fine ass or curves or tits or face, or because they were light skin or some shit. They probably cheated because you weren't giving them something that they wanted and the other babes were willing to give that same shit. That is just one of the biggest differentiating factors. And I'ma even be straight with you on one thing, and this is like probably the realest fact of this episode. If your nigga cheats on you with a fine babe, it means that he just chased the beauty. If your nigga cheats on you with an ugly babe, actually, let me even refine that. If a nigga cheats on you with a fine babe, there's a good chance that he was just chasing the beauty. And if another fine babe comes, he might do the exact same thing. If your nigga cheats on you with an ugly babe, trust me, it is because there is something that not so good looking babe is giving your nigga that you aren't. And the moment you find out what it is the moment that you actually know how to salvage your relationship if you want to continue having it, or at least help you not make the same mistake for the next relationship. But anyways, I think this pretty much sums it up. Y'all now understand why a lot of these niggas cheat. It's not because we're bad people. It's because sometimes we're just forced by circumstances. Anyways, it's about time you get back to that work. Always put that process in that progress, or be the prevention. It has been me, Sir Denver B. If you want to hit us up on our IG, you can hit us up on Breaktime. On Twitter, you can hit me up at Bagaka the D. And on Facebook, it is at Breaktime on website. I will see you guys later.